Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at AVAX Avalanche. So right now, Avalanche has been doing extremely well. If we actually take a look at the last month alone, we're seeing a 111.38% increase, and this is just showing you how much really Avalanche has left in the tank. You know, we saw this really great jump if we actually take a look at the last week from August 17th, about 3 a.m. from $19 to all the way 25.35, which is, you know, the previous all-time high in this really last month. We can actually see that the last month, for the most part, coming from about $9, pushing all the way to 25.35. You're seeing almost a 3x there, and it's just crazy to me personally to see that huge boost from AVAX. You know, AVAX is a coin we've talked about on the channel before. I believe in the long-term potential. The utility behind the token is great. You know, the use cases really continue to provide that value in it, and it's really why we continue to see the value, continue to increase on this really last month being a huge increase, about 111 to 112%. But I do want to talk a little bit more about the news regarding Avalanche and talk about those price predictions for the end of the year and the end of the bull market, because I don't think we're even close to being done yet with how high Avalanche will actually end up going. So we do see a $4.2 billion market cap, and we also see a $628.2 million volume in the last 24 hours. So there is a lot of different stats we're going to look at today, but regarding the last 24 hours, we have seen a 14.18% increase, and now we are starting to see somewhat of a decrease from that 25.35 price point. You are going to have resistances. Obviously, volatility is going to remain in play during these kind of increases, and if we actually take a look at the crypto space altogether, we are seeing, you know, a lot of decreases across the board. Bitcoin's below 46K, Ethereum below 3.2K, Cardano right now to a $2.05 price point, 5% decrease there, and just across the board, pretty much red. So keep that in mind when we're looking at AVAX. We could see some volatility before, you know, making a purchase. Definitely keep in mind that you should always do your own research, as I'm not a financial advisor. Let's jump though into the first tweet. I think I said tweet. I think Twitter. I was trying to say tweet, but I don't know if I said Twitter and tweet at the same time. Either way, Chainlink powers hundreds of pre-built Oracle networks to provide DeFi apps secure access to high-quality decentralized market data. Integrate the Chainlink ETH/USD price feed on Avalanche AVAX today, already sponsored by AveAve and Trader Joe XYZ. So this is definitely big to see, you know, Chainlink jumping on board, definitely, showing an integration here. Chainlink's one of those coins, like I said, I've talked about this one quite a bit as well. Chainlink's probably one of my favorite coins right now in the space. So love seeing it obviously integrating with AVAX Avalanche. So jumping though into the next one, I do want to take a look at Avalanche calling all developers. So there's still time to submit your developer tutorials and have a chance at winning a portion of the 50K prize pool. So I want to explain how this is actually important. This will actually kind of, you know, push more developers to this ecosystem as a whole, push more developers to actually develop on Avalanche AVAX. And I think that's definitely something that's needed and important to really develop this ecosystem as a whole. Jumping into Benki Finance is launching a key moment for Avalanche users and the broader DeFi ecosystem. Its technology will make Avalanche even more attractive to users being priced out of the other networks. So this is from the president talking about $3 million liquidity mining initiative. Definitely, you know, something that's going to continue to help Avalanche as well. We actually take a look at the next one. This is going to be a big deal, kind of giving you guys a little small report here, August 16th. So this was yesterday. Avalanche Monday Metrics, August 16th, 2021. 155K plus AVAX, you know, fees burned. We have 6.5 million really total transactions. We have the 1,029 total number of validators and 572K plus Avalanche community members. So continuous growth is what we've been seeing with Avalanche. So it makes perfect sense to see continuous growth on the value of the coin as well. Jumping into the next one, usage of Avalanche testnet Fuji is going slowly parabolic. Daily active addresses attached as well. So the address count is also going boom, and you can see that here in this graph, as well as the really slow booming and parabolic of the active addresses is, you know, going to continue to push AVAX in the right direction. I do want to take a look over here at the Avalanche, talking about interested to learn more about the differences between today's layer 1 blockchain platforms. Avalanche AVAX leads with the fastest transaction finality, among other strengths. Take a look at the latest report from the block. So the block, if you guys don't know, is a very large following, 146.9K followers, and it talks about the first and final word in digital assets. So just given their kind of expertise in the in the space, I should say. Jumping through this, they really just kind of talk about AVAX as a whole. I'm not going to jump through it all, but there is a lot to look into here. It just talks a little bit more about really AVAX and the future of AVAX, what it's doing currently, and the framework for comparison. So jumping into the next one, we see another milestone checked, 20,000 approved swap transactions and 11.5 million total swap volume so far. Huge thanks to the AVAX fam. So a lot of thanks going to AVAX, obviously helping out a lot of different projects right now. We've seen the utility continue to grow with AVAX, and with that, more and more projects reaching out. We have the SEC as well talking about AVAX starting to break out, dynamic fees reducing fees by 66%, U.S. exchange listings, new $10 billion asset class, multi-trillion markets launching on Avalanche, and we also see the incentive programs as well coming into play. So we saw the $50,000 developer really incentive program there, but seeing permissionless interoperable subnets as well, loads of dApps launching in the coming weeks, and so much more. So there's a lot of pressure for really Avalanche to continue to perform at this height, and I think they are going to do so. By the end of the year, I do expect higher price points than we are currently looking at, and even pushes to all-time highs. It has been an incredible 9 months for Avalanche since the launch of mainnet, and there's so much really more to look forward to in the upcoming weeks and months for it. They actually talk in this thread a little bit more about it. So the largest stablecoins such as Circle's USDC and Tether's USDT will be launching it on Avalanche, benefiting from the high throughput, sub-second finality, and discussions are also ongoing with the likes of PayPal about the launch of a possible stablecoin, which would obviously continue to push this price up. We're not going to jump through all this, but there is an amazing thread here, kind of going through all of the Avalanche news and kind of, I guess, a great way to really understand what's going on with Avalanche. It is all from July 17th, but it's still very, very all relevant, so definitely take a look yourself. I want to jump back, like I said, now to that price chart and take a look at the next really end of year and end of bull market part 2 price predictions for Avalanche. Right now, we are still seeing a 14.62% increase, so definitely still solid for Avalanche. Like I said, I do expect this to continue to be volatile, but if we look at the last month with a 108% increase, the last year has not been much better. Only a 126.05% increase because of this massive push here. We saw it go all the way up to 59.94 February 9th at 7 p.m. I do believe we are going to get back to that by the end of the year. I'm thinking right around $60 to $80 at the very, very least. That's going to be a conservative, realistic price prediction. I always try to stay conservative with my price predictions. $60 to $80, definitely within range by the end of the year. By the end of the bull market part 2, I do expect higher price points than $60 to $80. I think we could even see, pushing past 100 to about 100, I would say realistically, $100 to $120 by the end of that bull market part 2. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys agree with my price predictions, have any thoughts, or any ideas on what you guys think about Avalanche. I want to hear if you guys think that we are pushing in the right direction. Do you think Avalanche is still worth investing in? And in my opinion, dollar cost averaging in, definitely worth looking into. You can see how low we are currently compared to what we were earlier in the year, $35, $39, pretty much remaining around $30 for the most part. And we had a massive drop from about $37 all the way down to these $11 and $10 ranges. I do think it's a great spot to continue to invest in, and you can see that with going into the 1 year that we are still very, very low. And I just wanted to kind of give you guys my thoughts. Dollar cost averaging in during the red market is my opinion on how to get in at these levels in a safe way. But, always do your own research, do your own financial advice. I'm not financial advice, I should say. So always do your own research. But either way, make sure to quickly like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on as we talk about Avalanche and so many other altcoins across the channel. We talk about Cardano, VeChain, Chainlink, Polkadot, whatever else. We talk about it all here on the channel. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I'll see you guys all in the next one.